Don't overthink anything, bro. We're living in the moment. We put in too much work, bro. Have fun today. Let's go. Bring it up, baby. Let's go. Gang on me. Gang on me. 1, 2, 3.
What is good, YouTube, man? Today I'm back with you guys, with the nation, for another video. And today, some more news, man. Some more breaking news, man. After we just found out that Nate Hobbs was being sent over to IR, missing the next 4 weeks, we have found out that the Raiders have decided to sign cornerback, who was recently with the Jets and the Chargers. Cornerback Tevaughn Campbell, we signed him to the practice squad. The hope or the expectation is that he will be actually signed to the active roster very, very soon. Now, it seems like this was the reason why Bryce Cosby, as if you know already, if you watched my last video, this is why Bryce Cosby was released, because we wanted to sign Tevaughn Campbell to the active roster. If you know this, I am a big fan of Bryce Cosby, so it sucks just a little bit. But let's get to know the new signing of the Las Vegas Raiders. Tevaughn Campbell is 29 years old. He is 6'1", 203 pounds. He's appeared in 30 games for the Chargers since 2020, starting only 11 out of 30. He's recorded 64 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 9 pass breakups, and 3 forced fumbles, along with a fumble recovery. He's allowed 64 of 90 career targets for 804 yards and 3 touchdowns, allowing a 99.8 QBR. So this is a guy been on the taller side, a little bit more, seems like a perimeter corner, if you ask me, just by his stature, 6'1", 200 pounds, more of a built frame than somebody who'd play in the slot. Now, we know that Nate Hobbs played a lot in the slot last year, but he's just gained a bigger role throughout this season. Now, the good news is that Anthony Averett did report back to practice, I believe today or the day before, along with DJ Turner. Now, the word on the street is that Anthony Averett should be heading towards playing against the Commanders, or not the Commanders, the Texans. I'm sorry. We're going to talk about the Commanders in a second. That's why. So it looks like Anthony Averett is trending towards playing against the Texans, but it doesn't seem like DJ Turner will. So with that being said, the Raiders could end up seeing Rock Ya-Sin, Anthony Averett, and Amik Robertson be out there as the 3 starting cornerback group, with Tevaughn Campbell, Sam Webb, really the guys in rotation. So that could be what we see in the near future, since we have sent Nate Hobbs to the IR with a hand injury. But more news that I want to talk about. Shout out to my guy, Raider Scout, on Instagram. He has reported that the Raiders have inquired, not acquired. Sorry, my bad. The Raiders have inquired on Commanders cornerback William Jackson on a potential trade. Now, William Jackson right now is one of the outside corners for the Washington Commanders. He is not a fan of the scheme that they are running over there in Washington right now. They are running a bunch of zone all over the field. And if you look at the statistics so far, Patrick Graham has ran the 6th most man coverage in the NFL. And that seems like what William Jackson really, really wants. Now, we aren't too sure if the Commanders are going to get a trade offer that they really, really like. So they may be forced to release William Jackson if he really, really does not like the situation. On top of that, he has struggled with this new scheme change, so it may just be in their best interest to move on from him. But some stats from him: in a heavy man scheme, William Jackson had 40 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 11 pass breakups, 2 interceptions. He allowed 31 of 53 targets for 363 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 95.1 QBR. So not too bad when he's in a heavy man coverage scheme. A number 2 corner, could be a number 1. He's kind of up in the air on that, but he does want to return to a man coverage scheme. Now, like I said, we run the 6th most man coverage in the NFL, which that definitely suits him. He has this year and another year on his contract still. So he's only about 1.5 years into his 3-year contract that he signed last year in the last offseason. But it says that he has a $15.7 million cap hit next year, with only $7.8 million if he's getting cut next year. So if we trade for him on the contract that he's at next year, we're gonna have to pay him 15.7, but we can cut him and we'd only take about 7.8. So it is going to be a little bit tough, in my opinion. I'm not too sure if we should make that trade, because we are going to be trading for a guy that has 2 more years on his contract. That 15.7, I know the cap is going to go up a little bit, but I do kind of want to prioritize getting Rock Ya-Sin locked in, and maybe begin working on an extension for Nate Hobbs next offseason, instead of feeling like we're tied down to a William Jackson with a $15.7 million cap hit. Although I feel like I would like this move, I do feel like if it's just a hand injury for Nate Hobbs, if he can return for until 4 weeks, then I would just rather play the waiting game, see how it ends up being with Sam Webb, Amik Robertson, Anthony Averett, as well as Rock Ya-Sin being the primary guys out there. So, and Tevaughn Campbell in the mix as well. So I would rather play the waiting game than tying ourselves down to a contract that goes for the next season and the one after that. So we'll see what happens with this whole scenario, but it does seem like the Raiders have reached out to the Washington Commanders about possibly getting William Jackson's services. What do you guys think about that, along with the Tevaughn Campbell signing to the practice squad, which means that one of my favorites, Bryce Cosby, had to be released? But that's how the game goes. That is what it is. The NFL's a business. Let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions. 3 videos today, bunch of news. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below about all the things going on with the Las Vegas Raiders. As always, I love you guys. Please stay safe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'm out, you guys. Peace.
Welcome to the Death Star, where our opponent's dreams come to die.